Now that we've checked out the calendar feature, let's go back to the home page or X out of the calendar app, and let's take a look at how to create your own class. If you want to create a group, simply press the little plus sign here and select create. Let's say I want to create CP Algebra 1. This is another class of it. You can select the grade or none. This is an expected group size. Just click I'm not sure yet. And you could describe them. What happens when you create a new group is that they have a group code. If you do not like this group code, you can always change it by hitting reset until you find something that you like. And then you can lock it once all of your members have, gone in. You can lock this so no one else can go in once your class has started. You would then have to unlock it if you had a student move into your class and give them the group code that is there. From there, you can just give the group code to your students and they can log in as I showed you before. You can set up folders for them by simply adding folder, and you can add one of the folders that's already existing or create an all new folder, and then select things from your library or add files as you go. You can create a small group within each class. I have not used that feature, but it's pretty easy to do. Simply hit the plus sign and name the small group. So if you did want to use this for collaboration with groups within your class, you may do that as well. You can subscribe to an RSS feed when you manage that class or group. That's how I did for SAT prep. If there's a certain blog or podcast that you want your students to always get, you can set that up as well. And once your class is gone, one of the you can change the color also. Very easy fix there. But once your class is gone, if you did want to eventually get rid of that class, you can archive them. Go to the group settings here. You can archive the group or delete the group. And that's how you set up a class. To write to your class, you simply just write them a note and then post it to the class. You can attach links or things from your library. You could give alerts if it's something major that you want them to know. That's a new feature that is very nice for the mobile app, that students can subscribe to get the alerts but not the notes. And if it's very, very important, like make sure you bring your book tomorrow, you could type that on there. Assignments, you can actually create an assignment and load it on here and have students fill in. I'll show you a sample of an assignment from my SAT prep class in a minute. You can even create quizzes and polls on here. One of the polls that I created for the Edmodo summer training was this one here: which social media do you prefer? And it's very easy to create a poll. You just select it, you ask the question, which day is your favorite? And you add your answers. You can add additional answers if you need to. Snapshot is a new feature where students or teachers are able to actually select their grade and whether they want math, and they can actually search for a particular standard. Like if you're looking about exponents, you can actually select that, and you can actually give your kids a quiz on exponents that way based off of a standard. I have not used Snapshot. It is new for this year, but you can send it then to a class and schedule that for them just like you would a quiz or a poll. All right, the last feature that I want to show you on Edmodo is the Professional Learning Network. If you scroll down on, actually if you go to the home page and scroll down on the sidebar to where it says Communities, this very first one should say Support. Support is if you have any questions at all that I have not answered today, or you're running into a problem. If you go to the support community, you can type any questions that you're having with the program, and someone from the support team at Edmodo will get back to you in a relatively fast time. You can actually go to Edmodo webinars, their blog, teacher stories, any problems with rolling it out. There's lots of resources here for you. But they do get back to you really quickly if you've had any problems or issues, like how do I delete previous groups that are not active, and someone gets back to you pretty quickly. Some of the other community features is you can actually select which communities you want to belong to. So if you click, for example, Show All, these are all the communities that I belong to. And I just follow them to see if there's anything new that's going on within EduCreations or GeoGebra. If something comes up and they post, I basically follow them, kind of like on Twitter. If you click on Discover New Communities, you can follow different subjects like math, language, arts, social studies, science. This is very nice, especially if you are the only teacher for a particular class and you want to discuss something like you're teaching statistics and no one else in your department is teaching statistics. You can talk to a statistics teacher, not just in the United States, but in many, many other countries. When you ask your question, you could be answered by any teacher within the mathematics community. And so it allows a lot of collaboration, a lot of resource with experts. And this is especially great for new teachers when things pop up and maybe they don't have a mentor teacher or don't have access to their mentor teacher. They can access a lot of teachers through Edmodo. If you do not have a subject community, some other things that you can do is follow certain publishers. Like, for example, if you're really into project-based learning, like I follow them, and I follow the Worldwide Center of Mathematics. But if there's anything that you've used before, a certain publisher that you would like to follow, you can do that as well. DigitWiz, Digital Citizenship, if something comes up, Discovery Education. These are all things, it's really easy, you just follow them. And what happens is whenever they post, it will show up in your main feed. So when you go to your home screen, the latest post would show the feeds. You can always filter the posts by your connections if you do not want to see or filter your posts by the direct post, your feeds, your polls, your quizzes. You can actually choose how you want to filter your posts. All right, the last feature that I want to show you is for the assignments. So I'm going to go ahead and click back on the home screen here and show you in my SAT prep class. When I taught the SAT prep class, one of the features I used was the assignments. And so they also had the RSS feed, the question of the day. But whenever I had an assignment for them, I can then see who turned it in as well as, what their grades were on that assignment. I could actually check and see what their responses were. So, for example, the actual assignment was they had to go to thecollegeboard.com, create an account, and when is the next deadline to register? Should they send the scores directly to your school? Why or why not? And so students would, respond. This is, one student's response, and you just grade it by clicking on the grade. You just write in if it's an 8 out of 10, you can clear the grade, put in the new grade, and regrade it. And then if you want to see your students' progress for SAT prep, you can actually see what their scores were on each of the assignments that you posted. You can then give them badges. This is a whole nother feature which is really great for middle school especially. I know students really love avatars and badges, and you can give them rewards like they did great class participation, and you can add this badge to the group so that it shows up in their profile. And so actually a lot of times teachers end up creating their own. If you don't see a badge that you like, you can actually add your own picture and create your own badge. So if you're interested in that feature, there's a lot of people who use badges to really reward their classes. Well, I just want to wrap up and say thank you for joining me for the introduction to Edmodo. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the different features, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at mhausman@bwschools.net, and keep on Edmodoing. Take care.